Greetings, brothers and sisters. This video that you're about to watch is going to be about how you set up an altar. This is going to be a devotional altar, but practically the methods are the same for almost all of your altars. Of course, this will depend, depending on what pathworking you're doing, what entity it is, will depend upon the type of objects and the type of materials that you will need. But we'll be running over the basics and the premise of setting up such altars. For example, cleansings, purifications, anointings, wardings, and so on and so forth. But this video is going to be about setting up an altar of Santa Muerte. If you would like to see that, awesome. However, if you're just looking to set up an altar for yourself that's not actually connected to Santa Muerte, or maybe a different entity, or just maybe a practical magical altar in general, still keep watching, because you're going to learn a couple of things here on how altars are set up and on how altars are actually prepared, consecrated, and readied. So without further ado, keep watching this video, and yeah, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more, and comment down below on what else you would like to see on my channel. So for this, I already have a small altar dedicated to Santa Muerte. However, she has grown so much in my life now that she needs a bigger altar. She needs a much greater altar. Something more grand, something with a lot more space, something which is prepared even more so. That will be her eternal place in my home and in my path. So what I'm going to do first is create a concoction, and this concoction will be sat up in Santa Muerte's hand, and she'll be charging it and blessing it over a course of time. So let's go. As you can see on the altar of Santa Muerte, she's charging this concoction within her hand to prepare for a new altar space. Within this concoction is the Santa Muerte herb, which I have consecrated and concocted over the space of 4 weeks. Just a little over 4 weeks, just over a month, I'd say. In there is plain old water, as well as brown tequila, silver tequila, siete machos, rose water, Florida water, and also the smoke of Santa Muerte's blessed cigars have been blown inside to the fluid. A prayer has been recited over it. It's been bottled up, shook, and is now upon the hands of Santa Muerte. And she is charging this. She's imbuing this with her own essence. And I am praying and asking her to consecrate it. As you can see, this altar is becoming overrun. She's growing too much in my life to just give it a small space. It will no longer do. It will no longer do. And I am going to take it a step further by this prep work. Hail la Santissima. Okay, so this is how I'm going to firstly prepare for this. So this was an altar that I had, and everything's been removed off it. I've now created this concoction, okay? And all the concoctions you're creating that you're going to utilize in dedicating or creating an altar to a specific deity, or to a specific pathworking, or to a specific working, you want to include in that some actual ingredients that are associated with this entity. So for example, this is dedicated to Santa Muerte. So inside of this spray bottle, and there is a clean spray bottle, inside of this spray bottle there's pure water, okay, real pure water, and there's Florida water, okay. As well as Florida water, there is rose water, okay. There is also some siete machos, and there is also Santa Muerte herb. So as you can see, Florida water, the rose water, and the siete machos, okay. As clear as day, alright, perfect. And the Santa Muerte herb, which I've been making for the past couple weeks. The concoction has been consecrated and charged by the energy of Santa Muerte. It has literally been held in her hand. And for the course of 9 days, I've been doing these 9 prayers to infuse her essence into this concoction. Along with that, there are these large cigars here, which have been sat on our altar for about 9 days, which have been charged and imbued with her essence, energy and spirit. And by lighting them, you can invoke her through the smoke, or by breathing the smoke onto something or into something, you're literally imbuing it with the essence and spirit of Santa Muerte. And of course, we've got silver tequila and brown tequila, two of her most favorite offerings, which has had 2 shots worth in this concoction. So now that this is all ready, I'll begin actually spraying the actual area. So this concoction is being made for a couple reasons, okay? One, it has the intention of literally purifying this altar, as it's been blessed by the spirit of Nina Blanca, the white robe of Sister Death. But besides that, not only am I cleansing the altar, it is literally imbuing the altar with specific energies that is required to align it to Santa Muerte. So it acts as a cleansing concoction, and it acts as a concoction which will actually prepare the energetic material of the altar itself. Not only does this actually smell really, really beautiful, like it's something I would actually spray around my house. It is stunning. It is stunning. Not only that, but I can already feel the lift of all the powers that were already on this altar, all the energy that was already built up on this altar, and you can feel that cleanse, that freshness. You know, like when you walk into a stuffy room and you know, it hasn't been cleaned in a while, and now it's finally cleaned and all the doors are open, the windows are open, it's a sunny summer's day, but there's still some breeze coming in. You know, that kind of cleansing, that refreshing, rejuvenating environment. But besides that, you know, there is also the sense of, I'm trying to explain it here, but that this altar, although is becoming a blank canvas, it's not necessarily alone. That as something's being cleansed off it, something is being pulled down into it. And that will be the essence of Santa Muerte. Okay. And now I'm going to leave that right like this. And now we're going to go through the process of fumigation. Now I've got this very unique, interesting blend here. It's a blend of, well, literally copal, as well as copal, there is literally some sage in here. So the sage is for, of course, as we know, purifications and cleansings, but it's also with the copal, it has been infused with that essence of Santa Muerte. Copal is associated with Santa Muerte. However, not just that though. It has been also placed upon Santa Muerte's, Santa Muerte's hand, and this has also been infused with her energies too. So we're going to light this here and fumigate this area. La Santa Muerte, la Nina Blanca, la Juseda, la Madrina, la Flaquita, Santa Muerte. Okay, I'm holding this. I'm just allowing this to sort of gather around the area. You know, a lot of people get confused when it comes to fumigation because they think, well, some objects are hard to hold and fumigate underneath. No, you want to get the areas, the outlines. You know, you want to get the outlines of everything that you're working with here. Okay, and that's what we're doing. We're going to get all the outlines of all of this Okay? So the incense, because it's already been fumigated, what's happening is it's releasing the energy, the programmed energy, the intended energy that is needed for this. And I'm going to light it a little more here. And as I actually light it, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that spray concoction again, and I'm going to allow the smoke to rise with the one hand, and then I'm going to start spraying with the actual other. Okay? And this isn't even the consecration phase yet, but this is, you know, you can go straight ahead and start consecrating. You really can. However, when you take your time with this, it's going to be better for you in the long run. Now, be this a devotional altar, be this an altar for a specific entity, or be it an altar that is literally just for your magical workings. Put the time into it, put the effort into it. Be patient even. You know, be patient. Now this has also been physically wiped down too. The paint job, don't worry about the paint job. The paint's not that important. I'll be honest with you, when it comes to all of this, like, it's not going to be perfect. None of it is going to be perfect. You know, you're working with one thing in one hand, the other thing in the other. We're not looking for perfection. That's not what we're looking for. Okay, and now this fumigation phase is starting to accumulate. What I'm going to do is, I'm actually going to place this in a bowl just beneath the altar and allow these energies just to accumulate below the altar. Okay? Okay, and now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some of this consecration oil, and everybody has a different version of their own consecration oil. Me, however, I've been using this one for years, and I'll continue to use it, and I've had massive success with it. And all I'm going to do is I'm just going to take the corners here and I'm going to anoint it in the oil. Just a few droplets. And the reason why is because when it comes to the consecration oil, you're actually, you know, you're condensing and you're pulling down the powers of magic into your altar. Now, this may be an altar that is dedicated for a specific entity, a specific pathworking that you're doing, but I'm assuming it's still magic, you know, and of course it is, you know. So what you're going to do is, I'm just going to take this little pipette here, okay, and it's already activated, it's already consecrated. I'm just going to anoint this one corner here, and I'm going to rub that in with my finger, the very corner, okay, and same with the other end here. Take that here, and then the other end here, okay. And that end there. Okay, now this is a very large altar, so I kind of had to, you know, reach right over for that. And then I'm just going to take 5 more droplets, and I'm going to do it in the shape of the pentagram in the center. Why the pentagram? It's a symbol of magic. You know? It's a symbol of magic. And what that's doing is, that in and of itself, that consecration oil, every time I put it on any inanimate object, it always brings alive that object. It always seems as if it is literally now alive. It is literally now a sentient thing. I'm going to spray over with this just one more time. Just give it another coat, so to speak. I can't get enough of this smell. Okay. Now this is part 1. This is preparing the actual foundation of the altar, okay? Also, another thing, people ask me about warding. You know, how do you ward your altar? What do you do? I actually suggest concoctions. What do I mean by concoctions? Now, this isn't a concoction of my own. I have many warding concoctions, but this, I give credit where credit is due. This is an excellent concoction. This is something that you guys might want to get your hands on. This is called Astroludu's Perfect Protection Elixir. Okay, now the Garretts, JS Garrett and Barbie Garrett, make this elixir. And for those of you who may be wondering, well, who is Astroludu? I suggest reading the Necronomicon. Astroludu is the spirit of perfect protection. He's also known even to protect gods themselves. And he is he who wields the flaming sword. Now, many people might say to me, well, Connor, you know, you work with Santa Muerte, you're surely not going to put another spirit's energy on that altar, are you? Of course not. Of course not. However, this concoction isn't actually going on the altar. It's going around the perimeter of this room. I'm going to create a line with this liquid, an actual border, marking an area with this elixir. And that's what I'm going to be doing here. I'm just going to be taking, like I said, this isn't going to touch the elixir. It's going to go across the ground like so, just a few splashes. People say to me, do you have to activate it, consecrate it? Nope, it's all done. And I'm in no way sponsored by by JS or Barbie. I'm only going to recommend to you guys what I've used and what works, and this stuff works. And the energies of that entity isn't going to interfere with your area. It isn't going to interfere with your workings at all. Because like I said, it's not going to touch the actual altar. This isn't splashing onto the altar. This is just a couple, just a little bit of gap away. You can see where my arm is here upon the ground. Now, I'm doing this with the intention of literally not keeping the energies of Santa Muerte in, because I actually like her energy, I actually like her presence, I actually like her essence. I'm not doing that at all. What I'm doing is, this isn't your regular type of warding. I'm doing it with the intention of allowing her energy and essence to spread throughout my home, because me and my family love that. But instead, all of our negative energy, or any other negative energy that may be pulled into this house, this area is protected from that. You know, because I don't want Santa Muerte dealing with that. I don't want her space to build that with that type of nonsense. And most of these magical tools that we utilize, it is mostly about our intention. And that's what I'm doing here. So now utilizing this elixir, that area is now warded. Not in your traditional sense, of course. And now I'm going to take a cigar that's been in the hands of Santa Muerte's statue. Okay, this one, it has been charged upon her altar. However, it's been charged even more so. Like I said, everything that are on these altars of Santa Muerte's, they're imbued with the energy. They're enchanted. They're consecrated. And especially if you're saying a prayer to it, and especially if it's in the hand of that entity itself, well, then I can assure you, this is brewing with the essence of Santa Muerte. Of course, I don't condone smoking, but you're all fucking adults, you know. So what I'm going to do is, I am now going to be blowing this smoke all across the actual altar to enliven it, to rejuvenate it, to feed it the essence and spirit of Santa Muerte. La Santa Muerte, la Santísima. La Santa Muerte, la Santísima. And I want to allow to gather up in the air as well. You know, the smoke of this, you know, there is such a thing as secondhand smoke, that smoke that's not even visible. That is probably spreading throughout the entirety of that altar as we speak. on these cigars. These particular ones do smell beautiful too. And it's that combination, that coalescence of the cigar smoke, the concoction that I had created, and the incense, which is just beautiful. Now don't worry about getting every little bit of it, because like I said, it is imbuing the spirit into the altar. La Santa Muerte, la Santísima. La Santa Muerte, la Santísima. It seems as if the actual video stopped it. That's rather common. Anyway, let's move on, shall we? Let's move on. Now, I'm particularly not one who favors incense sticks. I prefer my resin. However, this is an actual special type of incense for Santa Muerte. So we have the box right here. This is known as Holy Dead Incense, okay? Or also known as La Santa Muerte perfumed incense, okay? And she seems to love this stuff, and she's asked me many times to place it in her hand so she can impart her essence onto it, you know. And the same here, these two sticks right here, these have been in her hands for quite a while now, and so I'm going to light this incense right here, and as I'm lighting it, I'm going to allow that process of fumigation to start again, okay? I'm focusing on the intention, and I'm going to give a little prayer as I do so. As I'm doing this, oh, I wish you guys were here. Honestly, you guys, the smell of this incense, the copal, the cigar, I mean, you know, everything else that was used, it is just fantastic. It is beautiful. It really is. It really is. And as I'm raising all of this energy, you know, I'm directing it with my intention towards this area, and only this area, you know. And that's not because, like I said, it's not because I don't want the spirit's energy to leak out. Some entities, you don't want that. Some entities, you really don't want that. Even if you've got an altar for them in your home, you don't want that energy to just be drifting throughout your house 24/7. And there are many reasons why you wouldn't want that. However, when it comes to an entity like Santa Muerte, for example, she's great for the home. She is great for the home. Her essence, her presence. She is a beloved mother, man. And this house has never been so peaceful. I mean, since she came into our lives. And especially how much she's grown. And this is why I have to dedicate a much bigger space to her. It just has to be done. Okay, so take your time with this. Really, really take your time with this. Now I've turned the light off, and I've got her candle burning in the center here. Okay. These candles are blessed. These are blessed candles. If you have any blessed candles of your entities, place them upon the altar. And I'll go to Santa Muerte's altar, the one she's already got. However, for the course of, it all depends. Normally it's 3 to 9 days or 6 days. But I'm going to go with my intent. You know, I'm going to go with my gut instinct, sorry. I'm going to go with my gut instinct, and when I feel that this altar is ready, that is when I will remove the candle. But until that time, I will keep coming back to this altar as this candle is lit. This is a 7-day candle, so that's how long it's going to last for. And I will come before it and I will pray. So I'll go to Santa Muerte's altar and I'll pray there, but I'll come here and I'll pray to the altar. To the altar. This will be the foundation and the home of Santa Muerte. So, we've done the foundational work. Once you basically prepare the actual altar itself, you can then be placing on the altar what you need to. So, for example, I've got the covering cloths here, the altar cloths. I've got a red one as well as a black one. And what I've done with that is I've taken the Santa Muerte spray, this one right here. This will cleanse the area of not only all the negativity and everything that is built up, but also it's great to cleanse your statues. Okay? And before I placed everything on there, I had also placed the few droplets of this too, which is Santa Muerte oil. Okay? And then I went over it with the concoction spray that we already made. And of course, placed all the offerings out. As you can see, she's got her roses, she's got her apples, she's got her sweets, she's got her silver tequila, brown tequila, rose strawberry tequila, wine, honey, whiskey, you name it. Everything is on there. The candles are lit, the roses are up, everything is on there. All the images are on there and everything is consecrated. Perfect. Hail la Santísima, hail Santa Muerte. Praise be unto the most holy death. Now, of course, all methods and all forms that you may use to dedicate the altar to a specific current, a specific pathworking, or a specific entity will differ depending on the energy, the force, the intelligence, or the deity, or even the powers that you are working with. But essentially, it's going to have the same formula. Utilizing processes such as purifications, banishings and cleansings, wardings and protections, specific oils and concoctions and consecrations, and so on. And of course, I do my prayers and my spell work with Santa Muerte daily, which only accumulates and increases her presence upon the altar, within the statues, and everything upon it, because everything upon this actual altar will and is blessed. So yeah guys, that's pretty much it. That is pretty much it. If you like this video, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell for more uploads. And be sure to comment down below what you would like to see more of and other subjects and topics touched upon this channel too.